Hey guys, hope you all have been well. Welcome back to my channel. It's a MAC video. I know it's been a little while, but I've been racking my brain like, how do I do another MAC video? And then it dawned on me, Annabelle, I don't think you've ever done a video where you just focus on products based on your skin tone and do as much of the face as possible. I've done specific videos for tan skin, whether it's blushes or lipsticks, but I've never done like, these are the products I recommend for this skin tone. If you're wondering what that is, I run about an NC35 to an NC37, and that shade range is about a medium to a medium tan. And these are just some of my favorite products that shows up on my complexion, works well with my complexion, and are just, they're priceless. So if you're interested in this starter kit, sort of recommendations for a medium to medium tan skin tone, I hope you decide to stay tuned. We're gonna get straight into it. Okay, so let's get started. I'm gonna start off with my eyes and begin with my transition shade. I'm keeping it simple, as I mentioned. So I'm gonna start off with a soft brown. This is a really good, very light, barely there kind of transition shade. And I'm gonna take it on a Morphe M573. It is a warmer shade. I'd say neutral, leaning warm, if anything. And if you're like an out the door type of person, just a tiny bit of color before heading out the door, this is a really good shade, and it's just so easy to blend. It's one of my favorite transition shades of all time. Show you again just how easy that is. I don't get any patchiness with this color. The color blows out very easily and it gradiates effortlessly. Might be a smart idea to pull my hair back. My crease shade is going to be Saddle. This is again one of my favorites. I'm going to show you the difference between the two. I do have videos where I make quads out of my single eyeshadows, but there's the difference. So I'm going to take Saddle and run that through my crease. I think I can just take the same brush because it's darker. I'll be able to get a gradient. You see how pigmented that is? I really love the combination of these two. I can swipe this all over my lids into my crease and just be a soft matte smoky eye, and it just blends beautifully into that soft brown shade. Now what I'm doing is taking a smaller brush. This is my Refer 14. Just wipe off some of this excess color, and I'm going to take soft brown first and kind of blow that out on my lower lash line. And I don't normally do my lower lash line, but I feel that it gives some cohesion to the look. And because it's a softer look, I can get away with it not looking too heavy. Now for an inner corner option or all over the lids, I've already spoken about All That Glitters. You can also double this up as a light highlight if you'd like. And so I'm going to use this to do just that, starting off with the inner corner. Just kind of popping it right there. And then just a little bit on the brow bone if you like. Just a little pizzazz. There's not a lot on the lid, so you can just double this up. Take your highlighter brush. Mine is a MAC 165. And I'm just going to show you, I'm just tapping a little bit and then applying this as my highlighter. So if you wanted to grab this for multi-purpose use, I think this is a great shade. It's pearly and it's champagne-y on the skin, but as you can tell, it's not too light as some champagne highlighters go for fairer skin tones, so you can get away with using this as highlighter. Now if you're building a quad, I do have a couple recommendations for our skin tone. If you like a much more smokier look, I think that bronze is perfect. This is so buttery, it's beautiful, and it does lean a little bit more warm and deeper, so that might be an option if you like more of a darker look. If you want to turn this look into something a bit more neutral, maybe you're not into warm or cool, I would suggest Wood Winged. Again, this is buttery, one of my favorite shimmers that MAC has ever made. It is gorgeous, and it really is on the verge of that color difference. So in some lights it looks bronze, and in some lights it looks a little bit more taupe, so running that neutral gamut. For this video, however, I'm going to be using this newer shade because it's got a bit more glitz and glam, and so I'm going to use Too Good. This is a frost finish and it has dimension in it, and I feel like I've used bronze and Wood Winged enough on my channel, so I'm going to take it on my finger and just like swipe that on. You see how beautiful and just lifted this look gets? I would say this is a duochrome. I really only see two different shifts, sort of a peachy to a pink shift. By the way, the people who take care of our lawn are at it again. It's after lunch, so they're whipping the weed whacker. We say bush cutter here, but they're getting it started up again. And I would like to make note that this is not a metallic where it's so high in pigment it almost lays thick on the eyes. This is very, very sheer, but the particles in it are so dimensional that it looks very reflective. So those are my recommendations for an everyday eyeshadow palette. Those are the two mattes I would go with. That's the inner corner plus multi-use product. And then for the lids, do you want a dark one? Do you want a neutral one? Or do you want something like this that's a little bit more fun? It's really up to you. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is go off camera, pop on some lashes, and then we'll move on to the rest of the face. Okay, so I popped on my lashes and this is what the final eye look looks like. I popped on the Ardell 811s and then I also applied the Lash Princess mascara from Essence in the green tube. Before we move on, I do want to show you a couple options if you wanted some kohl liners from MAC. And I do know they also have the PowerPoint, but I prefer the kohl liners because they smudge better in my opinion. And so this is the black kohl liner in Feline, Kohl Classic, everyone knows what it is. And then for a matte brown chocolate option, you could go with Costa Riche, which is this shade over here. But honestly, there's so many options out there that's far cheaper than eyeliners. I wouldn't spend my money on MAC's eyeliners. I would buy more products of like their really, really good stuff. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is move on to bronzer. Yes, I said bronzer. I'm gonna show you what some of their Pro Sculpting powders apply and how they work on the skin. I usually go between these two shades, but I'm gonna show you the more bronzer color, which is Shadester. And I'm gonna do that with my Sephora Pro Angled Blush Brush number 49. This stuff is like, it's so beautiful. It has so much pigment on the first go. You don't need a lot. See, it goes on very pigmented, but blending it out is really effortless. And it's such a pretty shade. So just apply that on my forehead. Take that underneath. Hide that double chin. Hide it, girl. And that's it. My skin is bronzed. It is beautiful. I love these powders. I've talked about this enough on my channel, but I really, again, I'm getting down to the nitty gritty. This is a good starter kit for our complexion, guys. So I'm gonna go with Gingerly. This is a sheer tone blush. And here's my reason behind picking this one as opposed to Melba. I feel like Melba will not cover a wider range of skin tones, whereas this one, because it's slightly deeper, this video can cover a wider range of complexions. There's a reason this is highly spoken of, okay? The color is beautiful. First off, the way that it blends, it is probably MAC's best formulation in terms of the blendability. The sheer tone blushes, you gotta try them out. And thirdly, it is pigmented AF. And I normally apply more blush than most people use. Now I do want to interject here a little bit and talk about the mineralized skin finish. So I have the shade Cheeky Bronze, but you also have, I don't know if they still have Gold Deposit, but Gold Deposit, Soft and Gentle, all of those, the original highlighters. So I have Cheeky Bronze because I love this as a blush topper going into a highlighter. So maybe you've decided you don't want to have all that glitters in your quad. And so I'm going to show you what this looks like on my complexion. So taking my highlighter brush and swiping a good amount of it on here, just going to apply it about halfway where my blush is and then bring it up towards my highlighter. If you want a straight up highlighter, then maybe go with Soft and Gentle. But I personally don't think that in this day and age, the mineralized skin finish is necessarily like the go-to formulation for highlighters. But I wanted to show you this color because I really enjoy it. I actually bought a new one of these because mine was so old. You know what? Let me just spritz my face a little bit first. I don't use this to set my face in the way that like I want it to stay in place or whatever. I just don't want it to look powdery. Because of my oily skin, I tend to use quite a bit more powder than say someone who has drier skin. So to get rid of that powdery look, I always apply my Fix Plus. Let that dry down a bit and I'll do my lips. Taking again Cork lip liner. I just love this shade against my complexion with just about every lipstick I own. But it really boils down to preference, because I know that for some people these wooden lip liners is, you know, no bueno. I wouldn't say you need MAC lip liners because there's so many great options that are much more affordable. But if you are on the market for a MAC lip liner, I really love Cork. And to pair with it, I'm gonna go with like a really safe combo. My neighbor's dog is pissed. I can't think of a makeup look where this combo won't work. So I'm gonna take Yash, which is a matte shade. You ready? You're welcome. Are you guys logging on? Trying to get on that MAC business for this lip combo? I think you are. I got you hooked, I know. Is this a lip combo or is this a lip combo? That's it. That's it. Video's over. And there we have it, guys. This is my starter kit recommendations, try on. So here we have the final makeup look. These products are just so good. And again, I would not recommend anything that I didn't love. I'll be listing all of the makeup items that I used for this makeup look in the description box down below. Just remember they are magic links, so I do make a small commission because it is affiliated. And know that any purchase that you guys make using my links is greatly appreciated. You can also check me out on Instagram. It'll be the first link in the description box down below. That is where I post a photo of all of my makeup looks along with all the products in the caption. Till the next video, I hope you all are doing well, taking great care of yourselves. I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.